Our recent catch was great. Definitely have enough for a grand feast this time.
All right, next let's see your right hand. Yes, not bad. But please remember that you still need to be careful. Understand?
Yes, I will. By the way, Master, I still haven't received the patrol route for today.
Look, Kale,
But I have a vision too! Am I useless to everyone now?
don't talk like that, Kale. This is... Ah, there you are. Feeling any better?
Yeah, since we'll be staying here for now, we thought we might as well try lending a hand around here.
Seems you're not the type to sit back and take it easy for a while, huh? In that case, perhaps Kale could take you two for a patrol south of Gandharvaville and if you're feeling up to it, you can be responsible for cleaning the Statue of the Seven.
Tighnari, we're ready to head out.
Roger, I'll be right there. All right, we'll be heading into the forest.
Yes, you can.
So, Kale, Tighnari mentioned cleaning the statue just now, but...
Well, forest rangers, they handle a variety of tasks, like checking the condition of outlying roads. As for Master, well, today we can perform routine checks.
Paimon, Traveler, this way!
You can leave the task of checking the lamps to me. In the meantime, you two can keep an eye out for anything unusual. Nothing wrong with these two lamps. Let's move to the next ones. Go! Oh, this lamp seems to be getting a little wobbly. Let me make a note of... no problems with this lamp. Good. The Statue of the Seven it's pretty high up there, isn't it? Don't worry. If you're afraid you can't make it up there, I'm sure Master wouldn't mind if you don't clean the statue. Oh? I guess I'll leave it up to you then.
Paimon will fly up with you and help you, by the way, Kale, do you know anything about the Dendro Archon? You know, what's she like?
That depends. Are you referring to Greater Lord Rukkhadevata or Lesser Lord Kusanali?
Huh? Oh, is that the name?
Uh-huh. Greater Lord Rukkhadevata was Sumeru's first Dendro Archon. She created the rainforest as well as the wall of Samiel around the desert. Her works provided a means of peaceful living for everyone. To the people of Sumeru, she's not only a symbol of wisdom, but also of power and kindness. Unfortunately, she disappeared in a great calamity that occurred a few hundred years ago. According to what Master has told me, the sages later found the newly born Dendro Archon and whisked her back to Sumeru. To celebrate the reinstatement of their lost deity, the sages dubbed her Lesser Lord Kusanali and let her reside in the sanctuary of Sirastana.
Uh-huh. Then what happened?
Well, and then...
Huh? You're not too sure? But aren't you from Sumeru?
Yeah, I'm from Sumeru.
Maybe it's difficult to discuss this topic with strangers.
No, it's not that. I'm not trying to hide something from you. Anyway...
Wait, Amber? You mean...
Yes, that's her. I once lived in Mondstadt for a while, and she helped me a lot during that time. You could even say that she helped me. There's no one like Amber. She lives life to the fullest while always adhering to her strong sense of justice. She's ready to answer the call for action at any moment, but is also very understanding of others. She's like the spark that lights the fire in everyone's heart around her. If you ask me, she's a prime example of a true outrider. She's the first person anyone coming to Mondstadt will meet. You can't help but be enthralled by her charm and enthusiasm, causing you to fall in love with the lands of Mondstadt and... sorry.
Paimon thought the work of Outriders was a little different from what you just described, but one thing's for sure, you really like Amber.
Sorry. I was rambling on just now. It must have sounded kind of weird.
It's alright, Kale. Knowing that you're a friend of Amber somehow makes Paimon suddenly feel a lot closer to you. So, how do you know that we've met Amber?
Well, after I returned to Sumeru, Amber and I have stayed in touch by writing each other letters. In one letter, she mentioned that Mondstadt was attacked by a fearsome dragon, but the city was saved by a mysterious blonde traveler and their floating companion. I knew you two were the ones she mentioned in the letter the moment I saw you. But, considering everything you've been through that day, I thought it'd be inappropriate to bring it up. Yep, so please know that you two have my complete trust. Really. I wish I could tell you more about the Dendro Archon, but I have been away from Sumeru for some time, and I haven't read any books. Sorry.
That's alright. You've already helped us a lot. We had never even heard of Greater Lord Ruka Devata or the Sanctuary of Surasthana until you mentioned them.
Oh, I'm happy that was helpful. There is one thing I want to ask, though. Why did... So that's why you're here. Thank you for telling me...
Don't mention it. We are friends after all, right? Alright,
You both have my thanks. While you two are up there cleaning, I'll go ahead and inspect the forest canopy. Let's meet back here shortly. I'm not a very good climber, so I'll go check the facilities up.
Now that Paimon looks at it, the deity that's carved on the statue is... Do you think she's supposed to be Greater Lord Ruka... The name does seem... Well, anyway, we'll have to figure that out. Let's get started on cleaning. Nice work! That's one clean statue. Let's head down and meet up with Kale. Go! Kale, we're back!
Welcome back! You must be tired after all that climbing. Let's take a little break. I brought some fruit and water for us.
Yay, food! What kind of goodies did you bring? Hey, don't be a party pooper. It's not like Kale is a stranger or anything. Besides,
I prepared a nice portable dish that forest rangers like to eat called pita pockets. I hope you'll like them. Whoops!
Ah, no! You dropped it on the ground!
Not to worry. I wrapped a few layers of oiled paper around each pita. They should be fine.
Oh, whew. Those pitas are thank goodness you wrapped them in paper.
You really know how to compliment. Since you liked it so much, I'll be sure to give you a copy of the recipe some.
Yay! Thanks!
Oh!
So, Kale, don't you think that Paimon knocks stuff over all the time flying around the Traveler, but she's never said anything? Everyone has their clumsy moments.
No, you've got the wrong idea about Master. Sure. I've heard the veteran rangers say that Master is from some ancient and mysterious. Oh, by the way, you've heard of the Academia, right? Well, anyway, because Master does a lot of research on plants. See, but Master declines their offers every time, saying, Sumeru City is too noisy. It'd be bad for my ears. I know, right? I've always wanted to pet them too. Anyway, Master could have easily left the rainforest to take up a position at the Academia, but he chose to stay here instead as a forest watcher. In fact, Master's the one who taught me how to make pita pockets.
Really? Paimon wouldn't. Oh, speaking of Tainari, he was the one who took care of you after finding you passed out yesterday. He even carried you all the way here. Paimon's still kinda upset, though. He kept scolding Paimon the entire way here.
Oh no, I'm sorry. Master might have been overreacting a little. But, it's mostly because Paimon wouldn't stop yelling, Why, oh why? Is she going to die? It probably started to get under Master's skin after a while.
Hey! Don't laugh! Paimon was genuinely concerned about you.
just...
Kale, are you okay? What's the matter?
No, I'm... I'm fine. Oh, well, it's getting late now.
Huh? What was up with Kale just now? And why is she in such a hurry all of a sudden? Look, she's practically running back. Paimon can't even...
Ah, Traveler. You've returned.
Yep, we're back!
Oh, Kale? Yes, I saw her go into her room just a moment ago.
Oh, okay. Paimon was thinking all night about what happened with Kale, and still can't figure out what the problem might be. Maybe she's in a better mood now.
Ah, it's you two. I was just about to go look for you.
Huh? Tainari, what are you doing here?
I came to check on Kale's condition.
You mean she's sick? How could she be... Oh, wait a minute. Could it be because of what Paimon did yesterday?
No need to worry. Something as small as you could never harm her. This sickness is something that Kale has been dealing with for some time. Kale has been more excited than usual since you two arrived. I suppose it's understandable, though. She hasn't been around anyone.
So, Tainari, what's really wrong with...
Let's take this conversation elsewhere. All right, let's continue our conversation here, shall we? To be honest, I hadn't realized that you're that honorary knight from Mondstadt until Kale told me just now. I've also heard all about your deeds in... So, just to clarify, what I'm about to tell you about Kale is not well, and honestly speaking, I was... But she insisted.
So, Tainari, what exactly is wrong?
Right. Ever since she was a child, she's been afflicted with a disease called Elazar.
Elazar?
Yes, it's a disease unique to the lands of Sumeru. It is characterized by dark and hardened scales that form on the body. At first, the afflicted may only feel mild numbness on the affected area of the skin. In its final stages, the disease strips a person of the ability to control their own body, and they...
That sounds terrifying. Wait, hold on. So when Kale seemed to be
Correct. That would be the effects of Elazar, which is precisely why I do not want her carrying or holding anything, lest she ends up hurt. With appropriate treatment, the disease can be effectively controlled before it progresses to a more serious... Nevertheless, Kale's mother still hoped that there was something out there. She handed Kale over to an organization known as the Fatui after one of their members lied and said they had a cure.
What? The Fatui?
Ah, it appears you are already familiar with them. That'll save me some explanation. Anyway, the person who eventually rescued Kale and brought her to me for care said that she had been given to a harbinger known as the Doctor. I have no idea how this doctor managed to do it, but her case of Elazar was completely stable for all the years that Kale. However, Kale's days with the Fatu. Kale is a resilient individual and always tries to appear cheerful, but her experience with the.
Oh, Paimon had no idea Kale's.
Oh, by the way, Paimon, Kale wanted me to tell you that she's sorry for scaring you yesterday.
She doesn't need to apologize. None of this is her.
Well said. Kale once thought that it would be impossible for her to have any real friendships. I trust that you two will never let my trainee experience such emotional pain again.
Don't worry, Tainari. We'll take good care.
Well, it's not too serious, though. I must admit that Kale's condition was much more. She was interested in the work of the forest ranger. Her stamina has gotten much worse recently. Though a moderate amount of physical exercise is always necessary. All right. Now that I've told you about Kale's.
Yeah, we've.
All right. But I must warn you two.
No problem.
Let's go then. We'll be looking for a plant known as lunar lotus. It's often used to help those afflicted with Elazar recover their energy.
Hey, Tainari? Where exactly are we going to find this plant?
Lunar lotus can be found all over the rainforest, but it often grows right here around Gandharvaville.
Given the name, it sounds like we should be looking for it in the water.
You are correct. Lunar lotus grows in the water. When fully matured, they look like giant blue flowers floating on the water's surface. Quite an attractive species, if you ask me. The large petals are actually the plant's leaves and sepals, which surround a very small flower. You should note that many of the plants found in Take the Kalpalata, for example. The plant is not a lotus at all, rather a vine. And then there's the Sumeru rose, which is not a rose, completely contrary to its name.
Oh! Huh. Okay then. New topic. Never bring up the topic of flowers with Tainari.
Time to go. Time to go.
There should be lunar lotuses growing somewhere in this area. If you could manage together, we'll rendezvous here.
All right. Hey, Tainari, we found.
Let me take a look. I'm quite glad you two came along. Your exploration experience helped save me a lot of time here. It seems.
Hey, Tainari!
Oh, Tainari, someone's calling your name.
Ah, yes, that's Amir and the others. But let's go find out what's going on.
Tainari, thank goodness we found you here. We were just about to head back and find you at Gandharva.
What's going on?
We just discovered a wither.
The withering is back? But the patrol route you were on should have been already clear just a week ago. It reappeared so quickly. Can you tell me the exact...
It's up ahead, deep in the river valley. It's appeared in a spot that blocks nearly the entire
And the radius of the contamination?
Sorry, I couldn't get...
No one in our patrol team had a vision.
Okay, I understand. You made the right decision.
Wait, Tainari!
You two have only just arrived in Sumeru. You're still... There's a unique type of anomaly. The affected areas not only cause nearby vegetation to wither...
Yes, Amir is absolutely right. As Amir said, only someone with a vision, that is, the power to manipulate elements, will be able to resist the withering's corrosive effects for a time.
That's right. If any of the forest range, only someone with a vision can venture within a withering zone and find a way to... But you don't seem to care...
Don't worry, she may not have a vision, but she's a real pro at using the power of the elements.
It seems the rumors about you are true. In that case, all right, you two may... We typically only teach visitors how to identify the withering as they're about to leave. Stop. Don't move any further. Look there in the distance.
Huh? Where? Oh, look! Those plants have withered! That whole area is kinda gloomy. Even the air looks like it's filled with ash. Oh, Paimon doesn't like the look of...
That is the withering. All right, traveler. We're going to have to enter that withering zone. Thank you, but I must warn you. Don't. Even with elemental powers, once you step inside the withering zone, you may experience... You ready then? Let's go. First, we must locate any branches sustaining the withering zone.
Leave it all to me.
work. Now that all the branches have been cleared, we'll need to take care of the tumor.
I'll catch up. I must leave no stone unturned. Witness the power of the wild. Rain out.
Now, destroy the tumors of the withering.
We did it! Everything's returning to normal now!
Yes, thanks to you two. We were...
Tainari? You make it sound like...
It's that obvious, huh? Recently, the rate at which the withering zone appears has been increasing. Even though we were... If that simply meant more work for me, then that wouldn't be an issue. But it's far more... For instance, even though we cleared out the withering zone, this presents a crisis for the eco... And most disturbingly, as the appearances of withering zones have started...
Huh?
I'm still not sure of the exact reason. However, I've received word from acquaintances at the academia that similar cases are being No, none that we know of. The withering has been recorded in Sumeru for millennia. It's said that it originated... By the way, have you heard of Irminsul as a tree located deep beneath the surface? Although it isn't like any tree we know in a biological sense. You can basically think of it as a large... I'm sure you've heard of ley lines, right? They're like the roots of Irminsul. Ley lines continually absorb the memories of this world. The Dendro Archon is known as the God of Wisdom because her consciousness is directly And as for the withering, That's right. My ancestors learned of this from Greater Lord Rukadevata's familiars a long time ago. I'm afraid we rangers will be battling the withering zones here for a... All right, that's enough on this topic.
Silly chirp. This world is full of
Sounds good to me. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, Tainari, you all made it back. How
The withering zone you reported has been Huh. Wait, is that? Oh no, Hypatia!
Huh? What's wrong, Tainari?
This Duskbird is Hypatia's designated courier for urgent news. You do remember her, don't you? She's the scholar you and Paimon were following when you first arrived in Sumeru.
Oh, her?
Let me see what's written in the letter first.
So what's it say? And what's with that weird expression on your face? Huh? All Paimon sees are 3 squiggly lines.
Yes, allow me to explain. She must have just finished. It's been near—
What? You mean she's been sitting there for 3 days? Hey, wait, how did you know all that from just—
Well, obviously because this has happened before. Last time she drew 5 lines, and by the time we found her... Well, I'd prefer not to remember that. Needless to say, Hypatia's been through— I've got some emergency
Wait, you want us to bring her the rest?
Let's find out. Here, Traveler, So, how do you feel?
Huh? Really? But wait, how'd you know that—
Back when we were clearing the withering zone, I observed that she could adeptly manipulate the dendro element. I knew then that she would be fine. And if I may ask, when I was telling you two about Ermin's— That's correct. Because what you saw is of significant importance. My forefathers were shown much favor by Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. We took an oath. Now, after seeing you in action with my own eyes, you have earned my When you passed out, your consciousness had I could try to tell you more, but it would be better if—
that sounds nice and all, but will she really help us? Seriously, she completely ignored us the last time we tried talking to her.
That was because when you ran into her, she was in a special phase of her training. Please, wait here for a moment. Here, take these. It's a meal I packed for her. Also, here's a letter that I would like you to give to her. No. I should be the one thanking—
Hypatia should still be in the cave. What's going—
Time to go. Follow the wind. Yeah.
Hypatia should still be in the cave. Let's go inside and see how she's doing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hello? Hypatia? Maybe she went out to look for some food. Let's try looking around the area. have a closer look. Who knows? Maybe we'll find a lead of some kind.
Leave it all to me. Rain cutter. No, my sword. Huh? Fallen leaves, adorn my night. Chip, cha. Follow the wind.
Huh? What happened just now? Why'd everything around us suddenly change?
Huh? Phew. Huh?
Yeah.
With the wind.
What in Tibet is going on here? This place is getting weirder by the minute. Hey, what's the matter? You don't look so good.
Huh?
Wind strike.
Phew.
No. No, my sword! Let me lead you. One with nature. The witch knows it.
Huh? Why can't we beat this guy? Oh, Paimon doesn't get it! We faced others like him before! What's wrong with—
Traveler, though you may have managed to avert countless crises before, your good fortune was bound to end sooner or later. It's time you realize how weak and powerless you really are. Your brother. His Highness has long since forsaken you. Your meager existence in his eyes is that of an annoying bug, only to be stepped upon. The bonds of love and family which... But don't you fret now. Today...
What do we do? We haven't seen— Oh, there she is! Well, the good news is that she's still conscious. Hey, why'd you drop her food on the floor like that? Are you— Anyways, we can talk about— Whoa! Wait a sec. Look at all this fruit lying around.
Who is there? Tainari, is that you? Huh?
It's okay. You can relax, Hypatia.
I see. So, you're friends of Tainari. I apologize for all the trouble I've caused. I'm grateful that you came so quickly to save me.
Well, actually, we didn't bring— We were kind of wondering about that, actually.
Oh, I seem to understand now.
Your neighbor? You mean there's someone else living nearby?
Oh? So you're able to see them too?
Wait, hold on a second, Traveler. You say that before we arrive—
No, I actually do believe what the Traveler is saying. I myself had— You needn't worry. They mean you no harm. They only—
So, Hypatia—
I'm not sure what it's called, to be honest. But I know this because the first time I saw them was also the exact day my consciousness was able to form a connection with Irminsul. Even after I opened my eyes and stopped meditating, my heart was still pounding, and at that very moment, in my curiosity, I began to walk over to the creature. It wasn't until I crouched down next—
Oh! And then?
And then I had a dream. I was convinced they'd never show up again. I feel like they aren't as afraid of me as the first time I approached them. But I never would— Yes, no doubt about that. By the way— Sorry.
Well, if somebody hadn't dropped the food earlier... Anyway, looks like we'll need to prepare something ourselves. Besides, Paimon's getting hungry too. Let's eat first. All right, we're up, Trav.
Sounds good.
Phew.
All done. Let's use the empty box that Tainari gave us. Oh, it smells amazing.
Huh? Phew.
Are you already finished cooking? Even though everything you mentioned was in Tainari's letter, it's still hard to believe you were able to connect. It took me nearly 3 years before I could do so. And everyone at the Academia even lauded me as a genius. You should know that some researchers spent their entire lives.
So why does this incense...
The ingredients used to make spirit-born ale primarily consist of plants created by Greater Lord Ruka. Since the root of the Dendro Archon's power lies within Irminsul, we can occasionally tap into her powers, naturally. Anyone who can establish a connection with—
Makes sense. But Paimon's got a question. Why was she sensitive?
That was primarily due to her body's unique constitution. Stimulated by the incense, she could perceive the Dendro Archon's power and experience the sensory overload. Hence the adverse reaction. Taking in any sense similar to the ingredients of Spirit-born Ale would cause adverse— Not to worry though. Technically, your body should still be sensitive to the powers of the Dendro Archon. But unless you're using intentional meditation techniques, the scent of spirit—
Whew. Well, that's a relief.
I must admit, I am quite envious of your abilities. Even if it meant suffering from pounding headaches for the—
Whoa,
As a member of the Ritaoist Darshan at the Academia, my main area of research is the stars and their connections, which is why I must— If only my percept— I am currently in the stage of— Sages have said that Irminsul contains divine knowledge, and touching such knowledge without the proper preparation— That's why we meditate alone.
Whoa, so now—
Of course I do. However, I've been feeling better as of late. I believe that being able— But what's strangest of all is that they're clearly an envoy of the god of—
What's so strange about that? It doesn't sound so out of place.
Well, it's strange because nearly—
Huh. Is that true?
Yes, well, to an extent. Only children can dream in Sumeru. Adults, however, never. The sages say that wisdom implies rationality, but that which occurs in dreams is often neither rational nor logical. Yes, if one struggles with anxiety, the fact that the people of Sumeru do not have dreams is seen as a blessing by the sages. They believe that Greater Lord Rukkhadevata, the god of wisdom, is. I was born into a family of scholars in Sumeru City. I studied hard, enrolled as a student in the academe. But then, on the day I scared the little Aranara, it was incredible. Though back then, I was foolish and ignorant. Just be sure not to speak of this if you travel to Sumeru City.
So, do you have any thoughts?
Sorry, I'm afraid I don't have any answers as of now. World. If only I could ascend. If you two are ever in the area again, please be sure to come and see me. There's no need to be thanking me. You two are my saviors.
Now that we know Hypatia is alright and had the chance to ask her some questions, Paimon thinks it's about time to head back to Gandharvaville.
Heading out, I see? If there's anything else you'd ever like to ask about, I've heard local children here in the rainforest speaking of fairy-like. Perhaps this is because I had a very strict upbringing. My parents would seldom allow me to play with other children. I doubt they'd ever believe me if I told them about my little neighbor out here. And speaking of my little neighbor, I think they can somehow sense when Tighnari is coming to I've noticed on several occasions that as they're playing under the trees, they'll... Perhaps I should... Heading out, I see? If there's anything else you'd ever like to ask about, take care. Do remember to come visit anytime you're in the area. I would be happy to chat with you. Heading out, I see? Take care. Do remember to come visit anytime you're in the area. I would be happy to chat with you.
Go! With the wind.
Think about it, Tighnari. Refusing to join is tantamount to burying your head in the sand. I understand that you're a forest watcher, and that it's your duty to combat the effects of withering zones. But isn't it evident, as Sage Kage clearly stated, your presence and guidance in Sumeru City is pivotal in finding a cure for Irminsul? How could you possibly refuse?
Keep your emotions in check, Ghulam. Let's at least listen to Tighnari's reason for decline.
Sage Kage, I am truly honored that you came here. I am merely a forest watcher. How could the great mind...
Well, it turns out that your refusal letter had some implications on your master's reputation.
I see. Huh. and I figured that given his temper...
Tainari, your master is an integral part.
And what exactly does my master need?
You'll know once you've arrived in Sumeru.
And how long will I be required?
There's no...
Do you mean to tell me that despite coming all the way here to Gandharvaville, if that's the case, then I'm afraid I cannot give you a definite answer.
Tainari, but you...
So be it. Come, Gulam, we're leaving.
Tainari, what was that?
It's nothing. Some people from the academia wanted me to go to Sumeru City to assist them with a project. But I had to refuse, but all that can wait.
It was quite the eventful trip, but the main thing is...
Very good. Now that the traveler has made a full recovery, there shouldn't be any reason for you to tarry here longer.
That's right! We want to meet Lesser Lord Ku...
Sorry, I'm afraid I don't have any advice.
Well, do you have...
Let me think. How about this? I'll write you a letter of introduction that you can give to a researcher I know. He's from the Amurta Darshan. Also, when you enter Sumeru City, you'll probably end up receiving something like this item.
Oh?
It's called an Akasha Terminal. It's a tool produced by the hack. Needless to say, this device and its usage fall under the academia's expertise.
Great! Next up, Sumeru City! But wait, before that... That's right! Tainari, we have something important to say to...
Yes, she's doing much better. After being confined to her bed all this time, I thought a little walk would do her some good. She knew you two would be leaving soon, so she...
Thanks, Tainari.
Farewell.
For the next interview, I think I'll start with these questions.
Thanks for waiting here just to see us off, Kale. We're headed to Sumeru City.
Don't worry about me. I can take care of myself. My condition won't be getting in the way of my duties. I want to... I'm sorry. But I guess now I understand that the most important thing is for friend...
There's no need to apologize, Kale. We're probably still gonna worry about your condition, but...
Thank you. That means a lot.
Oh? What?
It's my recipe for pita pockets. I told you that I'd give you a copy, remember? My handwriting is a little, messy, so...
Yay! Thanks, Kale. Now...
I hope that whenever you eat them, you'll both remember your time here. Well then, I, trainee Forest Ranger Kale, bid you. I hope you have a safe trip to Sumeru City and get to meet the... Kinda hard to believe his culinary techniques are very polished, but his taste is a little... unusual. It's not really his fault, though. He just has a sensitive tongue and nose, so he prefers... The last time I went a little too heavy on the spices for my pita pockets. I hope you have a safe trip to Sumeru City and get... I'm much better now, even though I'm not quite ready to... Oh, Amber knows about my case of Elazar. And what? I guess I just don't want her to worry.
All right,
I hope you have a safe trip to Sumeru City. See you later!
Wow. I wish I... I'm just not used to this taste. Sorry. Nothing to do with you, of course. Gee, I joined the... You want to know about Noelle? She's incredibly resilient. Still, as there's something weird looking about the dandelions in the garden, I'm feeling uneasy all of a sudden. Was that Kaya with you earlier? Did he give you any trouble? If Lisa's not sleeping, she'll be reading. I don't know how she does it. Look, there's a pigeon over there. I wish I could fly alongside them. Mondstadt Gliding Champion. Yep, that's me. Gliding Champion. Albedo spends most... Leave it to me. Told you I'd win.
All right, let's head off.
Leave it all to me.
A fateful offering. Time to go.
Steady as stone. Rain outlines your fate.
Sumeru City! Oh, did you see that? When those people entered the city, something on their heads lit up.
One moment, please, you two. It appears this is your first time visiting Sumeru City.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Because there's currently no information on... But no need to worry. That won't prevent you from entering the city. Perhaps you two have heard of the Akasha before. It's our beloved Greater Lord Rukkhadevata's lasting legacy. A treasure trove of collected knowledge. After centuries of tireless... As long as you are within Sumeru's borders, you may use an Akasha terminal to connect directly to the Akasha and access any knowledge you need. I should mention that due to technical limitations, the operation of Akasha terminals will...
Oh, so this is the thing that Tainari was telling...
You two are quite fortunate. Until recently, it was standard practice to only issue Akasha terminals to outlanders who spent an extended amount of time in Sumeru. However, here are your Akasha terminals. Please, hand...
It kinda looks like a leaf.
To activate it, simply hold it in your hand and say the follow...
Oh, says this little doodad lets you access... May the mighty God bless... Whoa! Just now, something clicked, and Paimon suddenly knew how to use this thing. It seems all we need to do is concentrate on what...
Exactly. And with that, let me officially welcome you both to Sumeru City. May the wisdom of the Dendro Archon always be your guide.
Okay, now that... 500 years ago, the sages found a newly... Okay, next, let's concentrate on asking how to meet her. Oh, come on! Ugh, focusing on... Paimon's brain is exhausted. Oh, smart idea. But what are you going to ask it? Huh. You too? Uh-oh. Paimon's getting all teary-eyed all of... Well, seems he's from Sumeru. Let's see. Tainari wrote an address on the letter's envelope. Oh, it's not far from the city's gate. Let's head over and have a look. Hopefully he's at home.
Toodaloo.
Watch out for pickpockets. How can my own brother say something like that about me? I'm gonna overshoot. It's plain hurtful.
To make it as a small business, you have to accept a little less profit and sell a little more product.
Go!
Hello, are you Rohawi?
Yes, that's me.
Great! You see,
What? Please, there's no need to say anything, really. Sure, I admit that the article I published last month wasn't my best work, and maybe the...
Here, this is a...
Oh, let me see. Seems even Tainari acknowledges my innate ability for procuring information.
We want to meet with Lesser Lord...
You mean you want to meet the Dendro Archon herself? Sorry.
What? You too? But what about your abilities for getting information and all that? Paimon was sure you'd be able to...
Well, as I said, this isn't my area of expertise. I am but a lowly researcher. All I know is that ever since Lesser Lord Kusanali returned to Sumeru...
Huh. Didn't expect her to be such a...
The Dendro Archon is somewhat of a recluse. Perhaps she just doesn't want to entertain visitors, which would explain the lack of information in the Akasha.
Aw, but...
No need to worry just yet. And besides, you two should consider the bright side of things. In this world, there will always be information. Take me, for example. It's a miracle if my brain cells can spit out one paper every 3 years. But Tainari? Don't mention it. If you two ever want information about things like who's been promoted within the academia, hey, come on.
Oh, so what do we do now? Even if we want... Huh? Like who? Oh, you're right!
All the cumbersome tests. Yeah.